And
Welcome.
we are back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Free Gems Podcast, episode 82.
82 in the
And we are
building.
here locked in, you know what I'm saying? You got your host here. You got K-Cinco across the room. And, of course, you got your G's here to your right side of the screen if you're watching this at home. Listen.
We back. We active.
We back. We active. It is Sunday. It is football Sunday. Shout out to everybody going to church, but my church is going to be at home watching TV. Feel me? Like, I'm yo, bro.
Your own sermon.
Football, we could talk sports. Like it's been crazy. It's been an up and down circus.
Yeah.
You just mentioned the Colorado game right off camera, and I know that shit it's been a wild ride. Like anybody, we've been talking about Deion Sanders and the whole Colorado Buffaloes, the Colorado University school going crazy. They just had a double overtime win.
Yeah,
that they went
against
into
their cross-state rivals.
Right, versus the cross-state rivals, who really had they were like 26-point underdogs.
I know.
Like it was Colorado University versus Colorado State University. And they were supposed to win by like 27 points, and somehow they were down at the half. Like it was a lot going on.
And then Travis Hunter went out too.
And then Travis Hunter gets knocked the fuck over the side of his head. Like, is he okay? Did they say anything about him?
I didn't hear any updates.
He better be okay.
I hope so.
Yeah, bro, that'd be that. I mean, all it was like head trauma. Like.
Still,
so I know, but I'm saying not all it was. But I'm saying it's not like surgery's about to happen. He's gonna sit out for the rest of the year.
Hopefully he's all right. Concussions
and stuff normally is like a week or two you miss, and that's about it.
Honestly, I didn't think they was gonna pull that one out. Shador led a 96-yard touchdown drive to tie it.
That team, it's a lot going on. Actually, I just bought tickets to the USC Colorado game. No bullshit. I bought tickets and a flight. I'm out. So you know what I mean? I'm going to witness history in person. Fuck that. You know what I mean? I gotta go see this shit in person, bro. This shit is happening live. Like, bro, the games be so crowded. Bro, they just had Offset literally like leading the fucking band.
They came out to Lil Wayne.
Right. Lil Wayne's performing and shit at the beginning before the game starts. They giving him jerseys and shit.
And after they won, Key Glock performed in the locker room.
In the locker room?
In the locker room. The Rock was there. They had The Rock there. They had Gronk.
Right.
They had Mark Ingram.
Bro. Exactly. And so that's exactly why I'm going, because USC is always like a star-studded University of Southern California. If you don't know, it's actually like one of the most prestigious schools in America, and it's in the middle of Compton, not for nothing. Like literally where they shot Boys in the Hood, like where Ricky got shot, is around the corner from the campus. Like literally.
USC's beautiful campus.
Beautiful campus, but it's fucking weird. Like you're in the middle of the trenches.
I feel like that's every college.
Yeah, not for nothing. Why do they do that? Why do they put colleges in the middle of the hood like that? Like
it's probably cheaper.
I didn't even think about that.
I would just assume.
I don't know, but I know that shit is definitely, it's kind of weird when you think about it, because like not just say that every college I know is dead ass somehow
Temple,
either hood or hood adjacent. No, Temple is the trenches. If you go to Temple, you got to get a bulletproof vest and some life insurance. You can't just go to Temple and expect shit to get lit.
I feel like that's always the case.
Nah, facts. So I mean, outside of sports, there's been a lot going on between the music industry and
the
VMAs was just in Newark.
Yeah, the VMAs was in Newark.
Yeah, that's not the first time they've done that.
I know, but I wasn't expecting like.
I think the Grammys Hall of Fame is in Newark, if I'm not mistaken. Like it's at the
Grammys Hall of Fame. What does that mean?
Grammys Hall of Fame. I don't know. It's a Hall of Fame.
Like there's like an induction ceremony. Like,
I don't know.
I've never heard of that.
No. It's not the Hall of Fame. The Grammys Museum.
Oh, okay.
Museum about the Hall of Fame Museum, same shit.
So it's commemorating.
But if you got a Grammy, you should be part of that museum.
But I didn't know they had a museum.
Nah, you can't. I can't say if you want a Grammy, you should be part of that museum, because there's been a lot of niggas that got Grammys that it's like, are we really about to put you in the hall of that? Like you just had a really successful song.
But I mean,
there's been hundreds and thousands of successful songs.
It's difference between like Super Bowl winners and Hall of Famers for me.
Boom, exactly.
Just because you won a Super Bowl.
Or even like somebody who won the MVP of the league. You might not be shit, but you won the MVP that one season.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan has an MVP. Is he a Hall of Famer? I don't think so.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Rich Gannon got an MVP on the Raiders in like 01.
It's crazy.
Is he ever going to? No, he's not going to the Hall of Fame. He's not doing any of that shit. He just had a great season. Like,
some people have great songs, some people have a great run. Feel me?
Yeah. And speaking of great songs, great runs, yo, have you been hearing the news about Diddy? Diddy's giving back people's masters, and I don't know if you've been seeing all these viral clips of all the disgruntled old acts that he had, and they're not very happy.
It shouldn't be.
It's looking like the Surviving Diddy documentary is coming soon.
It's funny. It's crazy you say that, because I feel like a lot of the times when you think about these moguls and stuff, you feel me, people who are at the top of the game in the music industry and specifically, feel me, I feel like a lot of times, so I'm not saying every single person, but a lot of times there's a lot of hidden, a lot of stuff hidden that we don't know about. A lot of hidden demons, a lot of snaking here. Feel me?
Since the beginning of time, you hear all the conspiracies. You hear all about, niggas is drinking snake blood and niggas is eating people's children. Just wild conspiracies like that, or like they make you do gay shit to get into the industry. And like, there's always been those rumors. And then there's also the things you hear about like just bad contracts and how people get fucked over.
But bad contracts. But who's spearheading about bad contracts? You know it's a bad contract before they sign it. Yeah. You know, you feel me? You know what you setting them up for.
You signing up for the opportunity. Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, you know what you're doing to them. Yeah. You feel me? On the other end, like they excited they're a new artist. They don't really know, and you take advantage of their ignorance.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. It's fucked up because it's very predatory. But at the end of the day,
absolutely.
like business is business.
Absolutely.
And there's a reason why there's a contract, and there's a reason why you have the right to deny that shit and be like, no, I don't want to do this.
It's feeding on people's ignorance.
Yeah, for sure. But that's fucked up. But that's literally
absolutely.
That's how this whole country is built. Like that's how everything's built. And somebody has to take a really strong L. A bunch of people are gonna take a lot of strong L's for this one company to come up, and then they start doing right shit.
Yeah.
Then they start getting shit right. Yeah. 20 years later, Diddy's giving people back their masters and shit.
Now they're on their philanthropy.
Yeah, he got the playbook straight out of the. You know, I don't want to make this a racial thing, but you know where he got this playbook from. He ran this play from somewhere else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like each one teach one for sure.
Even what he did to Shine. Remember what he did to Shine?
I mean, Sean is crazy because Sean backed out to him and started booming niggas in the club.
Allegedly.
That wasn't allegedly. He went to jail for it. He got deported. He ain't never seen that nigga again. He's in like Barbados or something running for mayor.
Allegedly, I don't know how true it is. Allegedly, it wasn't his gun. Feel me? Diddy said he promised him all this, that, and the third at 40 acres in the land, 40 acres in the mule if you take the charge. You feel me?
I mean, Sean chilling though. Sean is back home. Vibing. He's in Belize. I think he's Belize.
He's from Belize.
Yeah, he's in Belize.
And ever since that, J-Lo ain't never messed with niggas ever again.
Oh yeah. J-Lo went straight for the Ben Affleck and Mark Anthony. She went to the sweetest route.
Ever since she was in that car,
my mother. She said, "I'm not dealing with niggas no more." You know what I'm saying? Maybe LL Cool J here and there, but that's about it.
I mean, LL was LL for me.
That's what I'm saying. LL was way past the gangster shit by the time. By the time he was in his J-Lo bag.
Yeah, he was in his feel good
past
vibe.
That hood shit.
He was with his feel good vibe.
Facts.
He was very safe.
Yeah, but it's kind of crazy though to see how like these contracts are set up and like, and it's like I said, it's kind of predatory. It's predatory.
It's absolutely predatory,
right? And it's wild, like how they'll sign over your masters. Some people's contract clauses will be like, "Oh, we own your masters for the next 30 years," you know. And in 30 years, you get to own your shit. You know, it's twisted too because now the streaming era makes it so much more lucrative. Where like people realize now, if I would have owned my masters this whole time, I could be making millions of dollars a year. Where like a lot of the people that were popping, let's say 20 years ago when they were selling CDs and albums, you would have a crazy 6-month run where your album is selling every week and you're selling 20, 30,000 copies a week, you know, and that shit is booming. And yet you sold 2 million copies at $15 a CD. What's that? $30 million that they generated.
But you
had that
section,
year. Yeah. Right, you had that 1 year. And now it's gone.
And not only that, you got to think about as far as artists in general, like, you got to think about the lifespan of an artist. Most of the time, most artists, they have a run.
Right.
They have a run. If you're a good artist, you might have 2 runs. Feel me?
Yeah.
But after that run, you know, after you get your initial bag or whatever the case may be, or you know, you don't own your masters or nothing. Now what are you doing?
Yeah.
You feel me? Now you'll catch them on Love and Hip Hop. Feel me?
Right.
You feel me? On stuff like that. Yeah. Celebrity, so and so. Feel me?
Because they gotta milk, they gotta juice their career for whatever it's worth. And at that point, it's just face value. That's what
that's what it is. That's what it is. And they still don't own their masters. Feel me?
And some people make the most of it though. Like I respect those artists that can like be like, okay, fuck that. I don't make no money off that. I'm gonna go do this. Like Prince is a prime example of like an artist that noticed like he was getting fucked over. And I remember like what a lot of people don't know is that Prince had changed his name in the middle of his career to the artist formerly known as Prince.
Yeah, I knew that.
He changed everything about himself just because he refused to be acknowledged as Prince. And back in his days, 60s, 70s, they had this word called perpetuity in these contracts. And if you don't know the wording, perpetuity means forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And any planet, any universe, like they used to have that in contract. Like, yo, we own this in perpetuity in any realm of this fucking like existence. Like, it's crazy that they were thinking like, you don't know, this shit might be played in Mars one day. Like, we don't know, but we gonna make sure we eat off that regardless. Like,
it's so unfortunate how predatory the music industry is, and I want to zero in on the music industry in general when we talk about this conversation, because you got to realize a lot of the times, the people who they're young. You know, a lot of times they don't have, as far as education, as far as legality and all that stuff. They get jumped in. They're in the spotlight. It's all emotional. You know what I mean? This could be my chance, my one opportunity. I want to blow it. But, later on down the road, you don't realize what you signed your way to. Feel me? Yeah. You don't realize that, you making all these demands on tour. Okay, all this is coming out of your pocket. This is a loan. You don't even know, right? This is a loan. This is a loan. Okay. I mean, $250,000. The advance you're giving you, that's an advance.
Yeah, that's just
you got it. Right. They have to make that plus more in order for you to even see a dollar.
Yeah, the initial advance is normally just 10% of whatever your whole contract is worth. So if you hear somebody signed a $5 million deal, that means that they got wired $500,000, which is 10% of $5 million. And the rest of that $4.5 million is the budget for whatever the fuck they got going on for the terms of that deal. So if the deal is it's a 3-album deal, usually what labels want to do is they want to spread that out 1 album per year, maybe. Yeah. So for the next 3 years, that $5 million is gonna pay for the next 3 years of marketing, studio time, features, beats,
video,
and even a certain lifestyle you live in. Like you wanna bring 10 people on tour with you, cool. But now your tour cost is gonna cost X amount more.
Exactly.
A stop instead of per stop is going to cost you 5 hotel rooms instead of 1 or 2. It's going to cost you a tour bus instead of maybe a Sprinter van. That comes with a tour bus driver, which costs more than the average driver.
And security, extra security and everything. Yep,
all of that shit. That $4.5 million gonna add up, and then you're gonna figure out. You're gonna be like,
I gotta pay for this.
Right at the end of the tour, you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, we grossed the extra $500,000, and I got that first $500,000. But what happened to that $5 million y'all told me that we made? They're like, oh, you're paying that back right now. You don't even realize
it's a loan.
And even when you hear like, oh, Drake makes $1.5 million a show. He makes $1.5 million a show, but he has to pay out everybody.
So, everybody has to get paid.
So what he actually comes home with is different. Especially if you got 21 Savage on tour with you, he needs $200,000 a show. Then you got 4 or 5 other openers, Glorilla, all these other people, whoever was on his recent tour. I know it wasn't Glorilla, but like these people also get paid out of that 1 point something. So when you hear that 1 point something, that's not what they're actually taking home. And then they have to pay taxes.
That's gross.
And then they have to pay taxes.
And
then a bunch of other shit goes into the race that's way past our pay grade.
And I want to circle back at what you said. I want to big shout out to Taylor Swift, what she did.
What did she do?
Bro, her tour grossed so much money. She gave so many people bonuses.
Oh,
like like crazy bonuses.
Yeah, that's fire.
Like I'm talking like $150,000 for the driver.
Wow.
Each security guard, like bonuses on top of She showed so much love. I really got to shout out to people like that. Feel me?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's
life-changing money to somebody that's working for that 6 figures a year.
That is a life.
What? I can go mortgage a whole new house. I can go do something.
That's what I'm saying.
That's beautiful.
And her big thing is it's really a team. It's really a team. She's the figurehead, but at the end of the day, all that has to work. Everything has to work in order for
One thing I love about like sports too is like the sports teams, which sounds like this is mad off topic, but it's not. It's like when they win championships, everybody in the arena gets some type like when the Cavaliers won that one championship with LeBron James, he made sure every single person in that fucking arena that worked there got a championship ring. It might not be the exact NBA championship ring, but they all get a staff championship ring. Like he gifted them all $3,000 rings and giving them bonuses and all that shit. Like people don't realize. Like I'm talking about the concession stand guy.
Yeah,
like, I'm talking about the dude that sells the beers, the dude that's selling popcorn, the security guard,
the one that's selling Franks.
Everybody gets a ring because they want to make sure they understand. Like,
everybody's a part of
this.
And that's what Taylor Swift's whole thing was.
That's dope.
Like I forgot the numbers, bro. I was looking at some of these numbers. I'm like, yo, shout out to her. She didn't have to do that.
Yeah, she really did that.
She didn't have to do that.
You didn't have
at all.
That's true. You didn't have to.
Nah, not at all.
And doubling back to like people's masses, like they put it in perspective. Like I was listening to this Rick James documentary, and he was explaining his first contract, signed in perpetuity, all that other fucked up shit. And it's so crazy because those contracts started getting torn up in the 90s and 2000s because lawyers were looking at this like, bro, they signed you some shit that legally isn't even. There's no way that you can deem this to be fair in any kind of way.
Yeah, you literally signed a life away.
You literally signed your life away forever for back then 10K and shit. Like, I mean, people are still getting signed for 10K right now, not for nothing. But like Rick James, he was saying that when he made is it Give It To Me?
Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby.
No, not Give It To Me.
Super
the other
freak.
shit.
Super freaky.
No, I'm thinking. What's MC Hammer? He
Can't Touch This.
Can't Touch This, but that sampled the Rick James song.
Yeah.
I forget what song. It's literally the exact same beat.
Super freak.
It is super freak, right?
She's super freaky.
So Can't Touch This.
Stop.
That shit. He said he made more money off that sample than he ever made off Super Freak. He said he didn't make $1 off Super Freak as far as like record sales wise. He didn't make $1. The only money he made off Super Freak was performing it. But he made I think it was like over like $10 million in just the first 2 years of Can't Touch This. Like when he realized that he made more money than MC Hammer off Can't Touch This, because when they sampled it, they didn't understand that they had to pay, they had to negotiate that first. You can't to this day people make songs with samples and then they drop it
and then they go on the back row like, hey, I
that's where you
this.
fuck up at, because if you don't negotiate ahead of time, first you have to get the agreement. If they don't agree, they can literally snatch your song off the air.
Yeah,
which is like Juice WRLD, for example. His biggest song was a Sting sample, the Lucid Dreams.
Mm-hmm. I can't see the shadows in my room.
That song, if you listen to the sample, go to Google Sting Juice WRLD sample. Just put that on YouTube, and you'll see it's almost the exact same beat. They own 88% of that song. Sting owns 88% of that song.
That song went diamond.
That song went diamond, exactly.
That song went diamond.
So now think about it. This song sells 10 million copies, and they own 88% of that. That means they made 8.8 million. And the other 1.2 is for Juice WRLD, the actual creator of the song. Like, and that's where you fuck up at, where you don't have your shit. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have your ducks in a row. Feel me?
Yeah. And he like Cisco. I was listening to Cisco when he did the Thong song, which is one of his biggest songs. That she had thumbs like a cha. Where he fucked up was when he goes, she was living la vida loca. She had thumbs like.
Yep.
Ricky Martin said, we need that.
Ricky Martin.
We need that. Ricky Martin and his producer own like 95% of that.
Ricky Martin said, living la, huh?
Yeah. They heard that shit, and I was watching the documentary interview, and Ricky Martin he was like, when I heard that shit, he said, nigga, my eyes lit up. He said, oh, we rich all over again. Like, because his career had went on a downhill. Like, no, actually at that time he was good, but they sued like a year after that song, and they were like, oh, it's a big ass check about to come in. It's lit. Give me all of that. We need all of that back end. We need all of that shit. So it's like, man, artists got to be careful when you sampling and you're using certain words. You don't even realize you're sampling the song.
Yes,
because that was just the smallest little part.
Oh, but no. But that is, when you hear that, you think of Ricky Martin. You
automatically,
legit,
right?
That is like he like trademarked, like. Yeah. But it's just unfortunate how, like I said, how predatory it is in general. You know, these young ones who just want to make it, who just want to feed their families, who do anything for it, and sometimes they don't even. Most of the time, they don't even realize what they're getting into. Even my uncle is Wonder Mike. I told you that before, right?
Your uncle is Wonder Mike?
Yeah.
Wonder Mike from where?
From Sugar Hill gang.
That's your uncle?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Fact.
That's crazy, yo.
They make $1 off of it. They make $1 off it. Yeah.
Damn.
They make $1 off it.
That's deep.
Yeah.
And the thing, like they made the very first hip hop song.
Did a hip hop hippie? Did a hip hop? That's my cousin.
That's crazy.
That's my mother's first cousin.
Wow.
They're great. My mother's father and his father are brothers.
Oh wow, that's literally your family. That's crazy. I'm not surprised though. You got mad famous.
Yeah, but
family and friends like.
But he make $1 off that song. And even my pops had a little, something, but he didn't make any money off of it either.
Yeah, that is insane.
So people these they literally it's literally predatory what they do.
It is.
And a lot of them and a lot of artists really don't find out until later till it's time.
So they look back, be like, "Where the fuck's the money?"
Yeah, I'm doing all this. Where's
I thought I signed for $6 million. Where's my $6 million? It's like, oh, that's not how that works. No, you've been touring for 4 years. That's where you got paid at.
And that's why education is so important. Even the little things, the in and outs and stuff. Chamillionaire. You remember Chamillionaire?
Of course, yeah.
Chamillionaire story.
What about him? He got fucked over?
Well, I forgot the exact story. I don't want to put words in his mouth or whatever the case may be. Or basically it was he found out how that the label owed him money. They owed him like $5-6 million or whatever, and he found out, and then he was gonna tell, and he threatened to tell other artists, what's going on, and basically the label paid him hush money.
Yeah, they settled.
Yeah, he's more of an entrepreneurial style. He don't do music no more.
Nah, Chamillionaire was a genius.
He's up now. He's up. You feel me?
I think he was like the first. I think he was.
He's like an angel investor.
He was
right
the first platinum album with no features and no curse words. If I'm not mistaken.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a feat.
Right, like motherfucker didn't have not one no curse words. No, I think it was just no curse words because he had to have a feature. Because I just thought about his number one song though. They see me rolling. He had Crazy Bone on there.
Yeah, there's so much trauma in history.
Shout out to Crazy Bone. Shout out to the Bone Thugs.
Yo, Bone Thugs, nah, they really legends. But it's crazy. You can look it up. The Chamillionaire, like he talks about it. They paid him hush money so he wouldn't tell other artists how to get more money out of their contract. That the labels owed him, and that is a microcosm to a bigger problem. In general, when it comes to the workforce,
right?
They want to highlight, when employees steal, whatever the case may be, employees come back late for lunch or whatever the case may be, that they're stealing money from the company. But the bulk money stolen is the money stolen from the employees, workers' comp, work hours, a lot of illegal stuff that these companies do to these workers, and workers don't even know about it, and they brush it over. Like literally, like 85% is what the employers do to employees, and not the other way around. But they put such a microscope on what the employees are doing, and it's all because of just miseducation, just not knowing. Yeah. You don't know what you don't know. Yeah. You feel me? And you being taken advantage of by these companies, by these corporations, and they got the name behind them. They got these attorneys, whatever the case may be, and you're in a position trying to feed your family. You don't want to ruffle any feathers. You know what I mean? So it's a whole big thing. It's a whole big thing.
Nah, yeah, for sure. I mean. And other news though, like there's been even more like legal news going on. Like I don't know if you saw, but like El Chapo's wife,
she got out,
got released after 2 years. And I'm like, how the fuck she do 2 years? Like who she tell on? Like how the fuck? What level of telling did you ever do to get out in 2 years?
And apparently she was saying how she didn't know that he did anything illegal activity. That
she didn't do that. She said, I was saying the same shit.
She said she had no idea that he was the leader of a cartel. He's never done anything illegal around her. Yeah, whatever the case may be. But I saw that she just got released.
She just got released, but their son just got he just got extradited to the U.S. on a private plane. I just seen that shit.
Oh, he just got extradited. Was that the same son that they had like a whole war against in Mexico?
Exactly.
Over the rest.
So I'm like, I don't know if y'all really want to fuck around. Like, is that what y'all really want to do? Like, I'm not putting El Chapo's son on a plane. I feel like some Fast Furious shit would happen. Like, there'd be another plane to come and try to kidnap him. They'll shoot some like laser wire.
Seat cuz like a parachute will come up and
they got that kind of money, man. They got that kind of money. Shit different.
They got all how he escaped, bro. He was digging tunnels underground, underground the prison. He had air ducts in them tunnels.
Bro, he had air ducts.
He had electricity. That's what he had. Electricity. He had a rail system.
Bro, that shit was like a Jadakiss song. The motherfucking he literally went into a tunnel, came out of a bathtub. His bathtub lift up. Yes. Do a 360, like Jada said. This nigga hopped out of a house 2 miles down the road and was like, "Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm scot free." And it was fucked ups too. They when they build those tunnels, they literally import teams of like construction workers to build the tunnels, and every like 4 or 5 months they kill those teams. Yeah, so nobody knows anything about them. So it's like it has to be in secrecy. So like you think, oh, it's lit. I'm about to work for El Chapo. We're good forever. Like no. We're about to kill you in about 7 months, gang.
So we can't have anybody know about this.
Yeah, that shit is spooky.
And what they were doing is. Now they started to move him every few days, every few weeks or so. So they couldn't. They couldn't pinpoint. So he couldn't actually dig the tunnels, or whatever the case may be. So they would move his cell like every so often, randomly. That's hilarious. But bro, literally like
that shit ain't gonna stop. They ain't gonna be able to stop him.
He had a whole
bro. This shit is literally like some shit out of Gotham City, bro.
No,
like, everything that's happening right now is straight out of Gotham City. The richest motherfuckers on the planet is going to jail.
It's literally a law-abiding citizen.
Yeah, like, you feel me? So it's some shit going on. But I mean, hey, fuck it, if that's what you want. I can't be. Listen, By all means, if you got that kind of money, bro, the world is yours. Like, I can't tell a motherfucker nothing. Like,
legit.
And you know, everything could be bought. That's the thing. That's the fucked
That's the
up
problem.
part. Everything has a price.
That's the problem.
It's
that's
you
our
can't fight
society.
with billions.
That's our society. Everything can be bought. It's not about morals and principles. It's about money.
Mm-hmm.
It's about money. It's a green game. It's not a black and white game. It's the green game.
When you piss the right people off, though, shit's coming down. Like, for Trump to be getting all these fucking indictments, I'm like, yo, who did you piss off? Like, what did you do wrong, bro?
You got to realize he's been a criminal his entire adult life.
You think so?
What?
I mean, I don't know.
He five bedroom.
He used to be that nigga in the 80s. We used to fuck with Trump. He used to just pop up on the Cosby Show and shit.
No,
he used to just pop up. He was on Fresh Prince.
He was a celebrity. He was a rich celebrity.
Yeah.
You feel me? That everyone looked up to because he had money. But he's been Trump University. Do you remember Trump University?
Nah, what? He had one of those? Was it like a DeVry? Was it lit?
No, it was a scam. It was a scam, is what I'm saying. And of course, he just settled with all the families. And when you have money, all you gotta do is throw money at a problem.
Yeah.
Problem solved. It goes away.
Yeah, nah, that's tough.
He's been conniving his entire adult life. He's really been doing whatever he wanted. He's forever.
Yeah, this shit is crazy. I don't think he's gonna go to jail. I don't think this is gonna end with him going to actual jail.
I don't know.
They're gonna find some crazy presidential loophole or some shit. Like,
this has never happened before.
Yeah.
This is the first time. This has never happened before to a president or an ex-president. He's the only one. Right. He's the only one to be impeached twice. He's the only one to lose the popular vote twice.
But he was impeached. But he never. I thought when you got impeached, that meant you are not president no more. Like, apparently that's not how that went. Like, because I remember who was it? Nixon, I think, got impeached. Or some shit? Was it Nixon?
It was Nixon.
Yeah, Nixon had gotten impeached, and I think didn't he get the fuck out of there? Like, didn't he have to get the fuck on out of there?
Yeah,
like,
Richard Nixon. I believe it was.
He said what? He
resigned.
He was. I gotta get the fuck up out of here. Like,
he resigned.
Trump stood there and was like, no. We staying here till motherfuckers get me out.
He's the only president never to concede.
Concede? What's that?
I lost the election.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, I lost the election. We fought well.
I think that was part, but I've heard that's actually part of his like whole loophole legal plan, because they're trying to say that he tried to forge the election and all this other shit.
Tried.
But part of what they're saying is because he never admitted to losing, all he kept saying is that he's been looking for where the votes went and they stole the votes and all this other stuff. He never admitted to losing purposely because there's a loophole in not admitting to losing. He never acknowledged the loss. That there's some type of loophole in that him.
Never admit. To this day, the election was stolen. To this day.
Yeah, and he's gonna die about that.
He's not 10 toes. He's standing on that.
Yeah, he has to though. Because that's gonna be his loophole to getting out of jail. Just remember, I said this point. When you hear this shit later on, when he starts going to trial and all that, just remember I said this point. It's gonna be a really big factor in him not going to jail.
But that point also works in favor of the prosecution. That him starting up January 6th and everything, getting everybody riled up, stirred up. You feel me? They got. He's probably not gonna go to jail.
This is crazy though. Like, how did he not catch like fucking riot charges for that? Like, Kai Cenat literally had motherfuckers go to Times Square for some PS4s.
Yeah,
and he went to jail.
That's what I'm saying.
Trump was at the crib chilling when that shit happened. Like, I don't know, man. But I know. I'll tell you. Wait, what you about to say?
And then the files he stole, the classified files he had at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. They told him, "Hey, Trump, you got these files that you're not supposed to leave the White House. Those are classified for the sitting president." Okay, here they are. Hello, sir. You didn't give us all the files. Why
didn't he just Xerox them shits or like take a picture?
You can't.
Like,
you can't.
What you mean? They unxeroxable?
Yeah. There's not supposed to be any trail of them.
Yeah,
but you're supposed to have the official document.
He could have snuck the flick with the phone, like, huh? And he had that forever.
And yeah, so he was ignoring their requests so they came and they kicked in the door of Mar-a-Lago, and the files were literally hidden. Like they
kicked the door, and I feel like they might have knocked. I don't feel like they kicking in his door. Like, I don't think you kicking a bit in his door. The kind of security that nigga got, I don't know.
When you got a warrant, it don't matter the type of security.
Yeah, you right.
And it's crazy because there's text messages from security at Mar-a-Lago. Mm-hmm. One of the guys it's in 4K. Hey, the boss wants us to erase the security footage. And one of them was like, "Are we sure we can do that? Whatever the case may be, is that legal?" He got indicted on
the security dude.
The security dude got indicted on tampering with evidence. And his original statement was that he didn't know they erased the tapes. He didn't do anything wrong.
And then he had the text messages.
And then he got a new attorney. The first attorney was a Trump appointed attorney. Now he got his own attorney, and now he's telling. He got his own attorney. Tough. But I mean, that's what happens in the RICO. People gonna start telling.
Yeah, that's the whole
People
point.
People gonna start telling. That's really the whole point. You like the person at the top. We're gonna get all these people under on some charges that they probably were roped into or really have nothing to do with them.
Yeah,
and we just want the person at the top. That's what happens in RICO. People gonna start telling.
Yeah, I mean the whole premises of the RICO was to catch the people that don't get their hands dirty. Like we just need a connection. We just need to see that you went on the phone, that you knew anything about this.
Yeah.
Like, get that quick connection, and we got you.
And since Rico stayed, he couldn't even pardon himself if he got in office.
Right, he did some slick shit.
You can't pardon any state charges.
Yeah, only federal charges.
Only federal.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I know who wishes they had a fucking state pardon. I mean, a presidential pardon. Fucking Tory Lanez. You seen that shit? He just got denied his motion for a
retrial.
Retrial, and he's going through it. That motherfucker's throwing Hail Marys.
You got to. Listen, when you down and you got a long way to go to score. You feel me? You got to throw Hail Marys or you got to throw full court shots.
But he's trying anything.
You got
how you get found guilty and then try to get a bail for your retrial. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
Apparently they just moved him in prison.
Yeah, his ass is done, bro.
I know.
And like, it's really sad though, because like he took that to trial knowing he did it. Like that is the most fucking. You got to be out of your fucking mind.
Time out. He's still saying he's innocent.
I mean, yeah, you got to doubt about that shit.
I mean, not necessarily.
I'm saying you got to.
You don't have to.
If you plan on appealing, you can't just start admitting shit. He's been trying to appeal.
Oh yeah.
That's what the retrial. Retrial is really an appeal. An appeal is for appeal to retrial, which is literally taking his court back.
I don't feel no type of way.
You gotta think about it though. They offered this motherfucker 4 years.
I know.
He said nah.
I'm taking the trial.
Now they gave him 10.
So they gave him. They gave him like.
Oh my god.
They gave him like 4 for the shooting and like 6 for the gun.
And the whole 10 really came for writing an album about it because you gotta be out of your fucking mind to know you did some shit and write an album about it.
And was he already on probation or something? I think so. He already had that. That has something to do with the gun charge.
And all this to not even be from this country, you got to be out of your fucking mind. You got to be out of your.
That's what happens when you think you're untouchable. That's what happens. When you have yes men around you, that's what happens when you have the court of public opinion.
Yeah. At no point do I feel bad for him. I just got to look at him and be like, yo, bro, really, like really. Yeah.
It's very unfortunate. He's very talented. Extremely talented. It's just a very unfortunate situation.
If he would have took 4, bro, he would have been out in 2. And he's already been in there damn near a year. He's been in this since like before Christmas.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And with good behavior, he'd be out in the next few months.
He would have dead ass been out like within the next like 8 to 10 months maybe. And instead, nope, he's going to be in there till about 2032.
That's crazy.
Fuck that. Fuck that. And he's already 30, so he's going to come home 40.
Do they have? Yeah, they have to. I'm about to say.
And that's fucking crazy though. To think about like, yo, I realized like,
and not only hold your thought real quick.
Of course.
Not only that is he's the celebrity and he's 5'3".
Yeah, 5'3" is crazy. In jail is crazy.
You feel me?
Like in California.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. like
California jail might be the worst shit you gonna be in.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit is a nonstop race war.
She gotta pick a side. Anyway, we're gonna say I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh no, I'm just thinking like, yo, to really lose your 30s, like people don't realize, especially like at a younger age, because I just remember thinking like, oh, 20, I'm in my prime, but like for real, bro, life don't really get lit to you in your 30s. Like legit. 30s, 40s is when shit get right.
That's when you really.
That's when you start to establish yourself financially. Yeah. You start really learning who you are. You start exploring different parts of your brain. You traveled some. You done been through multiple relationships. Yeah, you might have had kids already. Like
mid-40s is when men hit their financial prime.
That's what they say.
Yeah,
mid-40s. I mean, it makes sense. I feel like the world is governed by men and women in their 50s, 60s for real. Like and 50s and 60s is when
that's another problem I have with the old people in office. I'm not talking about 50s and 60s. I'm talking about the old people. But yeah, everybody runs the country is boomer.
Yeah,
lack of a better term, boomer. But you're so right about that. You're so right about that. How you're really in your prime in your 30s, 40s. You know,
Right.
20s is literally.
You fucking
you're
around in your 20s. You're just doing dumb shit.
You're figuring out what you like. You figure out what you don't like. You know, you're probably broke. 30s is your 20s with money. You feel me?
With a little bit of money, right?
Yeah.
And a little smarter.
A little smaller. You've been around a little. Like I said, you might have done a little traveling here and there.
Yeah, you did.
You feel me?
Do a lot more, but it's crazy to think like, damn, his whole 30s is gonna be gone. That's what I be thinking. Like, damn, bro, this is such a great age. Like being in your 30s is like you're still in the middle where like you can deal with people a little younger, you can deal with people a little older, and you're in the mix. Like because once you're in your 40s, like you can't hang around no 20-year-olds. Like you look crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like, you could be 30 around some 26-year-olds, 25-year-olds. Like in that mix at the club and all that. Once you're in your 40s, like it's not the same. You can still definitely be clubbing and shit. Don't get me wrong.
Like, okay,
because I know in about 10 more years I'm gonna be saying the same shit. I'm like, nah, I'm in my 40s, think it's lit. You feel me?
But you brought up a good point. Like aging in general is just beautiful, if you ask me.
Oh, for sure. It's a blessing to make it into your 60s and 70s,
bro. It's absolutely beautiful, and life is really about perspective because like
facts.
I'm just thinking back like in my life growing up, like in like high school, I thought I was so grown. You feel me? I got my license. Nobody can tell me nothing.
Of course.
You feel me? And those are kids now. And even when I was 18, 20 or whatever, 21.
Shit, even at 25, I felt like I knew everything.
That's what I'm saying. And that even from 25 to now, I feel like I've gained so much knowledge.
From last year to now, I feel like I gained so much knowledge.
And it's really about perspective. And I know in another 10 years, I'm gonna look at myself now and I'm be like, wow, I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why it's really it's really a beautiful thing. And I think that health and aging is a part of life, and you gotta embrace it and gotta learn from it. And at the end of the day, it's about learning from the mistakes you made in the past, and not continue to repeat them, and also teaching others who can learn from whatever you've accomplished or what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, for sure. It's just wild because like I really used to feel like, 30 is so far away. And it's like, this shit is here now. Like, you about to be 30. You about to be 60 for real. Like, that's crazy.
Yo,
like, I'm holding on to these last couple months. Listen,
I'm about to AARP. I'm about to give him a call, feel me, with Social Security.
Yeah. Word. I was just getting another life insurance term, and I'm like, this is crazy. I'm really an adult. Like, this is fucking wild. Like, I don't feel like when I used to think of a 30, I used to think motherfuckers was like doing the most adult shit. Like, I'm still doing dumb shit.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I'm still doing dumb shit.
I'm smacked. And I am punched. I am fried.
Yeah, like
all the time.
This is not what adults are supposed to be.
No,
like.
I'm like, you're absolutely right. You feel me? Like, I think of a 30-year-old.
I definitely used to give a 30-year-olds too much credit into thinking like, oh, y'all motherfuckers super grown, got shit figured out. Like, no, this motherfucker's still gangbanging.
Like wife and kids. You feel me? Like all this.
Motherfuckers is not living like that. But we also grew up in a different generation.
Oh, absolutely.
Where like our parents' generation, motherfuckers were married with kids by the time they were 20. Like,
oh, absolutely.
By 25, if you didn't have a full career and a family, you were a failure. Like.
And I've said it before, that all has to do with inflation. The power of the dollar that we have right now.
Talk about it.
Because you gotta think about it. Back in the day, you could support a one with one salary, one income.
Literally one person working, just dad working, and everything was taken care of.
And men are more so on a financial clock, and women are on a biological clock. You know what I mean? Men, it's like once I get to a certain place in life, then I can think about this. You feel me? I'm not where I need to be in life to be able to think about this. But back in the day, everybody had so much disposable income because of the price of living that everybody could afford to have a family and whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I be looking at shit. I be watching like old not old commercials, but like when I see things like 5-cent cheeseburgers, like what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah,
I was just looking at some shit, and it was like in the 70s, the average mortgage was $200 a month, and I'm like, what?
Oh, bro,
like what? Imagine like motherfuckers like Bumpy Johnson and like those rich like drug kingpins, like they were touching hundreds of millions of dollars when nothing cost shit. Like the average pair of sneakers was $40. Like
they were untouchable.
Like what was that like? Where the most expensive car was $80,000. These motherfuckers were touching millions that people don't touch now, and it's like their world was just like a whole different like level. Like 100,000 in the 70s was $1 million for real. Like, and the way you could live off the things you can do with the money back then was crazy. Like imagine the average mortgage was $200 in the 70s, bro. Like what the fuck? $50 a week? That's fucking ridiculous when you think about it. Like to be able to live, like even like car prices, like starting cars back then were a brand new car, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, like at most. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't even $100,000 car till like the 90s. Like
it's funny you say that. I wasn't even planning on going in this direction, but since we're going in this direction, right now they say we're living in a silent depression.
What do you mean silent? My bank account is very loud. I'm fucking hurting. It ain't silent. It's just silent about how broke we are.
But
I'm fucked up.
But you got to compare it to 1930,
Okay.
during the Great Depression. It's a silent depression because everybody's racking up debt. We live in the social media era.
I was about to say social media is when it's silent.
That's what I'm saying. It's a silent. Most people is hurting, but nobody's gonna show it. The difference between now and the Great Depression is, in my opinion, is who's being affected. In 1930s, it was the wealthy people who were going broke. It was people who were jumping off buildings. Yeah. You couldn't go to the banks to get any money.
Yeah.
But now they're doing better than ever. The wealth gap is getting larger and larger.
I have heard
they're doing fine. So it's not it's not a culture or it's not we don't live in a time where it's admitted people are not doing as well. I just looked up some stats from 1930 until now. So yeah, due to if the numbers in 1930 due to inflation would be now, the price of a new car right now in 1930 was $860. Right? That would be $15,000 today.
Right.
An average car.
Right.
$15,000.
I don't know. You can't even get a Honda and a Toyota gonna run you about $30,000.
The average cost of a home in 1930 was $3,900.
Oh, that's fucking insane, bro.
Which correlates with less than $70,000 today.
Wow. That is fucking insane.
Less than $70,000 today. Income, the average income was a little over $4,800 based on U.S. Internal Revenue
the average
Revenue
income
Report.
Yearly? $4,800?
$4,800.
So $400 a month. $100 a week.
You know what? That equates to $85,000 a year.
85,000?
Yeah, for inflation. Damn. So when you look at the numbers,
fucking crazy.
Back today as compared to 1930, right. Are we really doing better today? The difference is that it's the ones at the top that are doing so much better. You can go to the bank and get a loan today. You can use your credit card today. Back in the day, it was the ones at the top who were really suffering.
Yeah.
And ever since then, they've been putting in policies in place to protect the wealthy people so that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, of course, and that's why the wealthy are fucking smart, because they put their money into shit like multi-million-dollar estates and shit like that, because they realize, putting this money in a bank account, this shit go left and there won't be no money in there. I could have $10 million, only $250,000 is insured by the FDIC.
It's not. I would say it's less the fact that they're smart, or it's more the fact that they write the book.
Yeah, and that's smart. To me,
you feel me? Like,
if I write the rules, I'm gonna write some smart shit for me, some shit that's in my favor.
As far as offshore accounts and stock buybacks and
that's an ill play. Stock buybacks, when you that rich,
most billionaires take a dollar salary.
Yeah,
they only take a dollar salary. They get stock options.
Fucking genius.
And now when you get stock options, that's not income. So now you can't get taxed on stock options because that's technically not income.
Yeah,
shit
like that.
And then what you do is, okay, let's say I have a stock. Let's say I have stocks that's worth $5 million.
Right.
Now you go to the bank and get a loan off that, off the power of the stocks. So now you can't get taxed on a loan. It's all a game.
That's fucking.
It's all a game. It's all the game.
That's fucking genius.
You can't get taxed on a loan. It's never their money. It's never their money that they're dealing with.
Yeah, but that's
they deal with everyone else's money.
Like I need to find out how do I get in there so I can buy this helicopter.
No, see,
I really need this helicopter.
See, I can get mad at that because the average person's paying a lot more taxes.
I don't want to be average though.
No. But you're thinking as an individual.
I am.
I'm thinking about everybody.
I think that's how you got to think though, or else you're gonna be fucked. You're gonna get fucked.
I think that the old saying is, the best thing you can do for broke people is not be one. But I think
the best thing you could do for broke people is not be one.
No, there's a saying.
I love that. That's hard.
But at the end of the day,
that's hard.
But at the end of the day,
the best thing you could do for broke people
is not.
I'm gonna get that tatted. What the fuck? That's deep.
But yeah, that you're talking about you as an individual, but I'm talking about the people in general. The fact that what about the trillions of tax dollars that we don't have because billionaires don't pay taxes? What about Amazon doesn't pay any taxes? Netflix don't pay any taxes. The people that run this country and the companies that run this country don't pay any taxes.
Whoa.
And we're the ones that are paying the taxes. And then if, God forbid, we don't do that right, the IRS is coming knocking on our door. Or like we're talking about with artists and
Boston
stuff.
Tea Party. I see what's going on here. It's been this from the jump. It's been some gangster stronghold shit going on. Like, yo, you know what? Y'all niggas want to live here? Well, you got to pay money. Like.
And before as artists is that once you're an artist and you get money, you have to pay taxes on that money. They don't teach you that.
Yeah.
You get caught up like Young Buck and everybody else who got Wesley Snipes.
Yeah,
everybody gets caught up in taxes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. While the 1% don't pay any taxes at all.
Yeah.
And
their argument is going to be, well, we take care of whatever percentage that are living for free, Section 8, free food, WIC. All that shit, they'll use that as an argument.
They always use that as an argument, and also it's also the fact that they cannot lose, that they can never go under. Some of these companies, because we bail them out. You know how many times we bailed out companies that are going under, companies that over leverage themselves on purpose or might have take extra risk, and now they're going under. Oh, please, government, please. We are the leading industry. What would happen if we go under? And they get bailed out by us, which is the taxpayers.
Yeah, taxpayers.
And then none of that money goes to the workers. They all go to their bonuses.
I'm trying to be that company.
So that's,
I ain't gonna lie.
So no, but I'm saying that's socialism for the rich, but capitalism for everyone else.
I'm not gonna lie though, like the second the Illuminati comes knocking on my door, I'm selling my soul, gang. I'm not gonna lie. Don't expect no loyalty. No, you gonna think I'm righteous? No, nigga. Don't come knock on this door because this shit is for sale, gang. Pull up, we here. I don't give a fuck.
I need all them demon spirits.
I need this helicopter, bro. It's what it's about. If I die without owning a helicopter, I failed. I'm saying this now. This is on record. Like if I die without a helicopter, I failed. Like I need this helicopter. I need it.
And let's talk about and what they do as far as let's give the health industry for example. Mm-hmm. Most of the time in a good system, you pay taxes to the government and the government provides services back to you, right? That doesn't happen in a lot of industries. We pay taxes, right? And the government gives that tax money to a middleman, which is the companies.
Right.
And then we still have to pay for our services from the companies. So they're getting double dipping on the back end and the front end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But there's like a real science behind economics that like we can't even understand why that has to be that way.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I disagree. I see what you're saying.
I'm just saying it's a system and it's been working, maybe not to everybody's full potential best benefit, but they figuring something out. But it is fucked up though. You're right, because at the end of the day, there's been situations where motherfuckers show up, they got a certain kind of health problem that, oh, you know what, your insurance doesn't cover this. Well, you're fucked. Have fun dying the next 2 years.
Health insurance, and here's the kicker. Here's the capitalism kicker. Your health insurance is tied to your employment. Guess what? You get fired, you don't have insurance. They tie it in with your employment. But that's also, tie it back into the companies.
That's but damn, that is a full circle fuck around.
Yeah, bro.
That's to entice you to keep working.
Yes.
So that you can keep getting taxed.
Yes.
But it's also so we don't have a high ass unemployment rate. Because the best thing you can do for broke people is not be one of them.
I don't think that's a correlation between unemployment rate. I don't think people are just going to quit just because they don't have health insurance anymore. But I think that's a way to just keep people in the system. And I also think As far as let's talk about what the example you just named. Let's say you've been working for a company for 15 years. You know, you have a doctor, you love your doctor so much. Now your company changes insurance. Oh, they're not in network anymore. You can't go to that doctor. What does that even mean? HMO, PPO, what does that even mean? Yeah. Who said that health and dental, that dental and eyes aren't a part of health insurance? Why do you have to have a whole other insurance for that? Who said that? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense at all.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's definitely some sneaky conniving shit.
It's not sneaky.
While they're still pumping Percocets
it's not
everybody.
It's not sneaky.
Getting everybody addicted to drugs.
It is. And here in America, the cost of a drug will be 3 times the amount of other countries just because they want to, just because they can, because it's privatized. It's all about being privatized. Yeah. Same thing with oil. The reason why gas is at $3.50 is because they can, because they can. And in reality, the U.S. is the biggest exporter of oil out of as far as straight landmass. Now there are countries, Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, right. Middle East, that have a higher concentration. But as far as landmass, we make more oil than we produce more oil than we use in this country. We could internalize it, but we don't want to do that, because why would we do that? We don't make money that way. It's all about and privatizing everything. Education, it's all about everything. It's all about private companies making the money.
Damn, that's deep.
Yeah, bro.
And because I be thinking about when I go overseas, and I've been in like certain countries of Europe, and like going to Rome, going to Serbia, and like the homelessness is not as rampant as we see it out here.
Oh, bro.
You don't see it out there like that. You don't see like I'm sure there's plenty of people that are struggling and poor, but like I don't know how they hide that shit.
I'm about to break it down for you. A great example I have is Gaddafi. Right. I know I talked about Gaddafi before, but I gotta tell the whole story of Gaddafi real quick. He started his power in 1970. Right. He was in power in Libya for 41 years.
Libya.
Yes. And he was a socialism. That's a buzzword that we hate over here in America. But look what happened. Look what happened in that time. Education was free in Libya. But before he took over office, there was 25% literacy rate. It was up to 90%.
Damn.
Healthcare was free.
25% literacy. How the fuck 3/4 of y'all can't read? That's crazy.
Healthcare, free healthcare. If you want education, if you wanted to go to college, it was free. If you wanted to go overseas to study, it was free. There was no homelessness. Homelessness was a right. Electricity was free.
So
guess what
led to America beating this nigga's ass on national TV?
I'm about to break it down. So all this is going on, and guess what? This is without him getting a loan from any of the powerhouses or the World Banks. The World Bank. This was all internalized because guess what? He used the resources for the people. Instead of it being a private corporation, this is the people's resources. Whoa. So that's how he funded everything. Think about it. Think about that. The oil that they produced was the people's oil. That's how they able to get all this stuff. So now, he was in the middle of creating what was called the Great Man-Made Lake. The Great Man-Made River. The Great Man-Made River was an irrigation system. A system of pipes in Libya that would provide free water to the entire Libya. He was trying to expand it to the rest of Africa. If you want to be a farmer, if you want to be a farmer, they would give you land, they would give you livestock, they would give you the seeds for it. And guess what? He wasn't totally independent from the outside powers. He had that vision for Africa. Powers didn't like that. You know what they did to the man-made river?
What they did?
NATO, they bombed it. Literally bombed it. Literally bombed the man-made river.
They were going to be empowering too many and giving people the blueprint of how to be self-resourced.
Self-resourceful, that you don't rely on the power of the outside.
And that would fuck up.
And if people don't know, the World Bank was started in 1944 because of World War II to try to get to help Europe and Japan.
Everything rebuild. Right?
But guess what the headquarters is? Right here in America, in Washington, D.C.
Damn.
So he did it without any outside help, and he was trying to expand. And not only that, is he was trying to centralize the currency. He was trying to centralize. So between that and the currency, it was a NATO-backed coup that killed him. There was emails linked to Hillary 6 months before he died, talking about all the resources, all the gold.
You know
and silver.
a lot about this shit, gang. You sure you're not Illuminati? Like, how the fuck? You just broke that shit down. You got dates and shit. You got everything down packed. Like,
but like I said, listen. And you said there's not a lot of homelessness. A lot of them might be because of that. Because Gaddafi is a great example of how he uses the resources for the people instead of privatizing everything. Wow. Now every system does have its flaws, but that just goes to show the mindset of the people, how gas and oil, they can do whatever they want, and, the privatized corporations, and that's not for the people. Yeah, you feel me?
It's crazy because, full circle, man, you look around, and now this shit is all spinning right back to the powers that be do not want this shit to
by all means. They want to keep their power by all means. They have to. We rely on Africa. They have to make them dependent on us. We can't make them independent. That's going to destroy our economy and everything we got going on.
Yeah, that's
so. I just had to go on a little. You feel me? I just had to.
Yeah, great tirade. It's a perfect way. Listen, perfect way to end the episode. Give you some education. You know what I'm saying? I always learn a lot every time I just let you talk. I'm like, let me just sit back, let you talk, and throw in my dumb shit every here and there. Because it's like you just told me a whole bunch. I didn't know none of that about Muammar Gaddafi. I just knew that we fucked him up. I just knew that.
Of course, you don't know about that. Great. Google the Great Man-Made River. Gaddafi said I was the 8th one of the world.
Wow. Well, listen. I'm pretty sure nobody else knew the 8th one of the world. I didn't know nothing about that.
And a little tidbit, since he died in 2011, Libya's been in shambles. Because guess what? You have different ideas. People going after the resources. They've been in shambles ever since.
Damn. Yep. That's all motherfuckers wanted. Destroy the game plan. Don't let that shit happen. By all means, destroy that shit. Bomb that shit. Get rid of all their education, their books. Burn that shit. Bomb it. That's crazy. But you know where that playbook came from. You know where that play came from. All right, and on that note, it's episode 82, man. Thank y'all so much.
Episode 82.
Free Gems Podcast, man. We got this next week. We got some special guests coming in. I actually got to tell you about that. We got some special guests coming in next week, and we appreciate y'all. Everybody.
Oh yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Big shout out to Mall Bravery Studios for letting us rock out, man.
Absolutely.
Big shout out. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, man.
Listen, if y'all want a podcast, come down to Bravery Studios. Feel me? If you want an event space. There's a great event space coming out of Bravery Studios.
We right down in Garfield, New Jersey, right next to Patterson, New Jersey, if you don't know. But
absolutely.
We here, and we are gone.
We out of here.